So in today's video, we are going to discuss the solution which was recently asked in Codeforces round 890 rated for division 2 only. So first let us understand the problem statement. So the problem name is to become max. So what problem has said that we will be given an integer array and an integer k, and what we can do in single operation is that I can choose an element I if my adjacent right element to if my adjacent right element is greater than or equal to my current element, then I can simply increase my current element to 1 until and unless my right element is greater than or equal to that element. For example, in an array of size 2, I have two integers named 1 and 3. So I can simply increase my 1 by 2, then I can increase my 2 by 3. Then you can assume that my both elements are become equal 3 and 3. Then I can also increase my left element to 1 because the problem I said my right adjacent should be greater than or equal to my left adjacent. So the problem is said that the integer k which we will be given, we have to utilize all this k and we have to tell what will be the maximum element I can make from this array. So the problem I think is pretty much clear to you. So one thing notice to here is that my n is small, so I can think of a brute force or n square type solution. So now let us jump to the problem solution. So simply what can I do? What I will tell you the simple intuition. So I will simply do a binary search on my solution and I will check can I make this element the maximum element in the array, or I can choose which is the maximum element I can choose such that that element can become the maximum element in the array. What I can do, I will simply choose an element which I will assuming that I can make this element the maximum element. So to check whether this element can be maximum element, I will make a n square intuition. So means my total operation will be n square for checking whether my current element can become the maximum element, and log k because I will checking the all the k. So or log k, I can say log of something very big value. So which I can assume can be become my answer in that array. So let us jump to I will tell you the some problem which I will send you some problem example. So in this problem you can see that I have given n is equal to 3, k is equal to 4, and my array is 1 3 3 3, and my answer in this case is 4. So let us binary search on this 4. Means I have chosen binary search, and and at some point my bit become 4. So what can I do? I will simply check my this array. Can this array can contain my maximum element as 4? So what I will be needed? For example, I can choose. So what I can do? I can simply check. Can my first element become this maximum element which is equal to 4? So to make my this element to the maximum element, what are the conditions? I think conditions are pretty much simple. My right adjacent should be less than 1 to my maximum element. For example, but this element can be only 4 minus 1, because if this element is 4 minus 1, then I can only increase my this element to this element. Then for example, I have this 1 and 3 this configuration. So if I have 1 and 3 and I want to make this 4. So to make this 4, what is the minimum element this element should be? I think it is equal to k minus 1, or in this case m minus 1, which is 4 minus 1 equal to 3. Or I can take a different example. For example, my this element is 1 and my this element is 2, and I want to make this equal to 4. So what I can do is I will need for what is the maximum operation I can do on this element. I can make in a one operation to 2 and 2, then again I can make it 3 and 2. Now I cannot perform any operation on my this side in this set of numbers. So what is the minimum number my right adjacent should be to make my current element to m is equal to m minus 1. I think you have understood why I am telling you. Let me take another example. For example, if I choose this sample test case, and answer in this case is 7. So let me see first. So what can I do? I will simply take my this element 1 1 3 4 5 1, and I am assuming by binary search is giving my mid is equal to 7. So I simply check, can my first element can become 7? So to make this element as 7, what can be right, what should be the minimum value the rightmost element should have, which is equal to 6. So my this element should be equal to minimum 6. So to make this element 6, what should be the is what should be its right more. So say, what is the minimum value its right should have to make this element to 6, which is again is equal to this minus 1, which is equal to 5. Now to make this 5, what is the minimum value this number should have? This number should have minimum value is equal to 4. So here I can see this element is greater than my value, which it is desired to be. So if my this element is greater than my element which it is desired to be, so what can I do? I can make this to 4. So if it is 4, I can simply make this number to my 5. So to make this number 5, I will simply increase it to my 5, and my number of operations is now equal to 1 because I make it is 1. So if my this element has become 5, so to make this element equal to 6, what is the minimum number this number should have, it is equal to 5. So I have done, I have make this element to 5, which is both equal. So now if I move forward, so what this number should have, this number should be equal to 6 to make this element is equal to 7. So what is the number of operations to make this 3 is equal to 6? I will simply increase to make it 4, then 5, and then 6, which is what are the number of operations. Number of operations are indeed 3 plus 3. So I have make this element is equal to 6. So at this point my this element is 6 and my this element is 6. So what can I do next? I have to make this element to 7. So what are the number of operations to make this element is equal to 7? Is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then number of operations are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So number of operations is now is equal to 6. So what is the sum of this? So by sum of this is equal to 10. So but my k is but my k is only 6. So this will not work. So I cannot make my first element to 7. So let us try to make my second element equal to 7. Now let us make my second element equal to 7. So my array is 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, and my m suppose is has become at some point equal to 7. So my m has become 7. So what are the number of operations to make this 3 equal to 7? So to make this equal to 3 is equal to 7, my right element should be 1 less than my desired number. So my this 4 should have minimum value is equal to 6. So if my this number should have my minimum value is equal to 6, what is the minimum value my this element should have? My minimum value this number should have is equal to 5, and which is already 5. So what can I do? I have encountered a number which have a value greater than or equal to number which it has desired to be. So if this number have equal to 5, I can simply make my this 4 equal to 6. I will simply increase it to 5, then I can simply increase it to 6. So in two operations I have make this 4 is equal to 6. So I will choose it as 4. So my this number has now become equal to 6, which I want it to be. So what I can do next, I can simply increase my this 3 to 7 because my rightmost element is 6. So I can at most increase it to 7. So by increasing it at most to 7, you can see my number of operations are 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what can I do? Now I can count the number of operations which are equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So my number of operations 4, which is equal to 6. Now you can check. Now my number of operations are less than or equal to k, which they have given. So I can simply say my 7 can be my answer. So by this way, what can you do? You can simply check all the numbers, or you can simply binary search the range of numbers, and you can check whether my current element can become that maximum element. if my current element can become my that maximum element using this simulation process which I have tell you. You can simply check, can my current element become to the maximum element which I have gotten from the binary search. So if this is true, then I can simply store that my this number can be my answer. If my this number can be my answer, then I can simply increase my range, or else I will simply decrease my range. So if I will show you the code, you will more understand it clearly. So this is the problem code. So here what I have done, I have simply taken a very big range from which is equal to 0 to 118, and I think so it is not required, because in live contest I am making this horror, so I did not encounter the edge case. So what I have done, I have taken a very large search space. So what I will doing, I am choosing a mid element, and I am taking a boolean f flag. So what I am doing next, I am simply iterating my array once and checking whether my current element can become equal to that which I am choosing. So to check whether my current element can become equal to that element, what I will do, I will simply iterate from I to I plus k, and I will simply check whether my jth element, for example in this case, if I will choose, if I can simply check whether I am trying to see, in this example I am trying to make uh, in this case I am trying to make my this element is equal to 7. So to make this element is equal to 7, my utmost number which is at the position I plus j, and j can be any number, because I am checking whether my current element become to this element. For example, if my this case I have gotten that my fifth number can be that number which I am founding my range. So in this case my j is equal to 3. So I am simply checking whether my I plus j is greater than equal to m minus j. Why I am doing m minus j? Because my here m is 7 and my j is equal to, and from that you can check my j is equal to 4. So my m minus j is which is equal to my current element 3. So my whether my this element is greater than m minus j. So if my this condition is satisfied, I what I can I do, I can simply store that j in my temporary variable, which is denoting that there is a sequence. If I am taking element is equal to I, and whether I am at element I am going j j furthermore steps to make my current element is equal to that maximum element. So what I will do next, I will simply iterate from j is equal to 0 to j less than 10. What is my maximum jth element which can it be equal to, and what I will do, I will simply check whether my I plus j is smaller than m minus j. So what will I do, I will decrease it from my k, which is I have taken in t. So I will decrease it, so I will decrease my t by my this element state. So by decreasing it, I can simply check whether I can make my current element in number of given steps. So if I am satisfying that conditions, so I simply check whether my temp is not equal to -1, which means there is a sequence from which I can make my current element to the maximum element. So what does the t greater than 0 represent? It is a number of steps. So if both the conditions are satisfied, I can simply mark my flag is equal to 1 and check. If my flag is equal to 1, I will simply set my lower range is equal to m, and what I will do, I will simply increase my search space, but I will write next I will search in my right search space, or in a greater search space. Or if my this number if my this number can't be my maximum element, I will simply decrease my search space to the left, or I will say I cannot get this much greater element, so I will simply decrease my search space. So this is the main problem intuitions. I hope you have understand the problem intuition. So you can try from this logic, you can try to code out yourself, so that way you will get more clear explanation to this code. I think this implementation is pretty much tricky. You can simply make an easy implementation to this problem. So I will leave this problem code in the description, and if you like the video, please consider subscribe, and for more such videos please stay tuned for the next one, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.